The inside of the Great Deku Tree felt wrong. The air was thick and still, carrying a faint sense of decay that didn't belong in Kokiri Forest. The wooden walls stretched upward into darkness, their surfaces uneven and twisted, as though the tree itself was struggling against something deep within. Navi hovered close to Link, her glow lighting the path ahead. She recognized the signs immediately. The Deku Tree had been cursed. Not far inside, something moved. A plant burst suddenly from the ground, its long stem twisting as a wide, snapping mouth opened at the top. Its surface was rough and bark-like, but its movement was fast and aggressive. "That's a Deku Baba," Navi explained. "They're usually harmless, but something has turned them violent." The creature lunged forward. Link stepped back just enough to avoid it. He watched the way it moved, the way it snapped forward and then recoiled. When it struck again, he was ready. He moved in quickly and cut through the stem. The creature collapsed, dissolving into nothing. Further inside, the path became more unstable. Wooden platforms stretched across open space, suspended high above the hollow center of the tree. Thick webs blocked the way forward, clinging to the walls and ceiling. As Link moved closer, a shape dropped suddenly from above. It landed with a sharp hiss. A spider-like creature clung to the wall, its legs spread wide, its body covered in a hard, protective shell. "That's a Skulltula," Navi said. "Its front is too tough to break. You'll have to strike it from behind." The Skulltula turned, its body rotating slowly to keep its armored side facing him. Link circled it, watching carefully. He waited for the moment it shifted too far. Then he struck. The creature shrieked and vanished. Deeper into the tree, the corruption became harder to ignore. The air grew heavier. The walls seemed darker, as though something was spreading through them. The natural life of the forest had been replaced by something unnatural and hostile. Link moved carefully, solving each obstacle as he reached it. When a web blocked his path, he burned it away. When a gap stood in his way, he climbed and leapt without hesitation. Each step forward brought him closer to the source. At last, he reached the center of the tree. The chamber opened wide, its ceiling lost in shadow. Thick strands of webbing covered the floor, forming a barrier between him and whatever waited beyond. Link stepped onto it. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the web gave way beneath him. He fell into darkness. The lower chamber was silent. Too silent. Navi's glow flickered slightly as she looked around. "Be careful. Something's here." A shape moved above them. It dropped suddenly from the ceiling, landing with a heavy impact. The creature was unlike the others. Its body was large and insect-like, supported by long, spindled legs. At its center was a single enormous eye, unblinking and fixed entirely on Link. "That's Queen Gohma," Navi said, her voice tense, "the source of the curse." The creature climbed the walls instantly, disappearing into the shadows above. Link didn't move. He watched, waited. Gohma dropped without warning. Link rolled aside as she struck the ground, her eye glowing as she turned toward him. She moved again, climbing back up, circling, watching, testing him. Link adjusted his stance, his focus fixed entirely on her movements. He began to see the pattern. Each time she dropped, her eye remained open for just a moment. A weakness. When she fell again, Link was ready. He struck. The creature recoiled, letting out a sharp, piercing cry. The battle continued, each movement faster than the last. But Link didn't panic. He adapted, waited, struck only when it mattered. Finally, Gohma faltered. Her movement slowed. Her attacks became desperate. When she dropped one last time, Link seized the moment. His strike landed cleanly. The creature let out a final shriek before collapsing. Its form dissolved into nothing. The silence that followed felt different. The air began to clear. The weight that had filled the tree slowly lifted. When Link returned to the chamber above, the Great Deku Tree spoke once more. The curse had been broken, but it had come too late. The damage was already done. With what strength remained, the Deku Tree revealed the truth. The man from the desert, the growing darkness, the fate that now extended far beyond the forest. Then, as his final gift, He entrusted Link with a sacred stone, the Kokiri Emerald. Link held it quietly. He didn't speak, but the meaning was clear. The Great Deku Tree grew still, and for the first time the forest felt different